Alright, welcome back everybody to Empyrion Galactic Survival Ultimate Iron Man, or I guess I should say welcome to Ultimate Iron Man Season 0. I'm KnowItAllDM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. Hanging out, starting a brand new thing with our new competition. For those of you who don't know, we have, I believe, 17 or 18 competitors. I will have to double check on the exact, they'll all be in the description down below though. And we are going to start off with Ultimate Iron Man. If you don't know what Ultimate Iron Man is, it's basically a competition of a single death playthrough, but it's got certain missions and stuff that was set up. I designed the scenario so that people could start playing it as soon as they download it, and it's set up specifically for this contest. So Season 0 is the test season. That's why it's called Season 0. And the basics of it is you start on one of 4 planets in the system, and each week you have to complete a specific POI on a different planet listed right here. So the first week is the starter planet, and then the second week, third week, fourth week, and then the final week we have to take out the alien outpost. And we have to do all of this without dying a single time. Now, being that this is a test of the system, there will be, it could be super hard and everyone could die, or it could be super easy and everyone gets to the Hall of Fame. But the Hall of Fame is going to be a, no one in Season 0 will actually get put on the Hall of Fame, but they will get mentioned in the next season, in Season 1. But the Hall of Fame is called the Champions Monument, and we're going to see if we can find it. Maybe not today, but we're going to see if we can find it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start with randomizing the seed, because you can do that in this scenario. Preset is hard, like so. Everything is hard. Minor depletion is true. Block limit is true. Spawn limit is true. Okay. We are going to name this Ultimate Iron Man Competition Season 0 and set. All right. Shall we begin? All right, here we go. Get a lay of the land. I don't see any POIs directly nearby, but we do have a grassland right over here, and grasslands will be perfect. The starter biome is basically a grassland in the random scenarios, but there's no starter biome on this, so we're lucky starting near a grassland and a beach area right there. So, looks like we're going to get off to a decent start here. For those of you who are wondering, how did you get a video up on Wednesday? Well, it is currently midnight. I am recording it Wednesday morning at midnight, and this video should be going up 9 o'clock this morning. So, okay. Let's go ahead, get everything started. We want to be very careful about our stamina and our hunger. Now, there's some rocks for us to grab. And I did see some corn dogs down the hill just a bit. One thing that I like that they did in a recent update, I think it was like 8.5, is they made it so that, I want to stay away from those crickets when I take apart rocks. They made it so that the survival tool here doesn't even use stamina. So you can survive a lot easier starting the game off. Now, we are getting a little cold. I think I'm going to leave that rock alone. It's too close to the bugs. Sometimes if you attack the rocks with the bugs nearby, they will randomly attack you. So let's go ahead and grab some plant proteins. So we got a little bit of fiber over here. That's nice. And let's see. Our first goal is survival. Getting to the point where we can be surviving. So that would mean primarily getting a base up and running. So I'm going to try to do that. Starting off here. Gathering this iron and copper. Oh, that one fell through the ground. Now, here's a dust bowl. Dust bowls, I think, occasionally have silicon in them, but primarily they just have crushed stone. But I'm going to go ahead and gather up the crushed stone as well, because that can be used later to turn into resources that you need, such as silicone, or copper or iron with varying quantities. So in case I don't find a lot of silicon by the time I get my survival or portable constructor up and running. Speaking of survival constructor, let's go ahead and start with the gathering of food, turning food into... Okay, I've got almost enough that I can turn it into 2 silicon ore. So we're going to keep on coming and grabbing these. I think I'm gonna head out through that dust bowl to the forest over there, because the forest will have. I'm gonna get as much copper as I can too, because it's more expensive rock wise. But I want to head through the dust bowl, because the dust bowl, and I believe the dust bowl has silicon, and I know the forest does. So I'm going to head out that way, and if I'm not mistaken, the forest... Whoa! That could have been bad. Got to be careful there. The forest, I believe, has a different temperature. Like, I don't know if it's... yes, silicon. I don't know if the forest is colder or warmer. Theoretically, it'd be colder. But this dust bowl is a decent temperature. Alright, I've got enough crushed stone. I just want to keep an eye out for silicon. Okay. So once we reach level 3, we should be able to make our portable constructor. Now, starting off in this, until you get to level 3, you're really not going to be doing anything. Except for gathering resources and trying not to die. Because you can't really do anything until you get a portable constructor, apart from building this few things. If we needed oxygen, we could get it there. But I'm looking for this and that. Those are going to be my first 2 major technological gatherings, and that's usually what I do, because copper deposit, nice. It does have a drone around it though, so I'm not going to go near that for a while. There's a little bit of water over here. That's good. This might not be a bad place to put a little starter base. probably a wood starter base or dig under the ground to avoid drone attacks. But this is enough water to put a water generator out. But the main thing I want to do to start is to get... I'm getting a lot of silicone. Is to get the portable constructor going and to get a small base that I can survive in. I'm hoping to get that done today. But I'm also, one of the first things when I get the portable constructor up and running, going to want to get a motorbike going. So we'll see. Let me just grab some more crushed stone real quick. Okay. Hello, my friends. Unfortunately, they're not really friends. They're just neutral observers until I attack them. But, it would be interesting if the Talon Guardians were more on your side, and instead of just standing by and, doing nothing when you get attacked by, say, random monsters or creatures, like hostile creatures, that they would actually help defend you, but they don't. Because the Talon Guardians within the narrative of Empyrion are subjugated by the Xerax. The Xerax control every facet of their society, keeping them in a primitive society. Apparently, at one point, their predecessors, the Elder Talon, were a spacefaring race with better technology than the Xerax, and the Xerax and they formed an alliance, and the Xerax overthrew them and betrayed them, and then subjugated their descendants. At least that's what I got from reading the little things online. I'm gathering all the copper I can. It may not give me a whole lot of XP, but it's giving me resources which are going to be really valuable, especially copper, because like I said, copper is the more expensive to make from crushed stone. And while I'm here, like right now, there aren't any hostile creatures for like the first, I want to say it's the first 24 in-game hours. I could be wrong at that, but that seems to be the standard. Okay, I think this will be the last rock I get before I'm heading out. There we go. Alright, let's head out this way. Whoa. Ow. Alright, I'm gonna head a little further this way. It looks like we've got a swamp or a marsh area over this direction, which is really good because that's where you can find grains to make plastics. And they have a lot of harvestables in swamps and marshes. And we're getting to reap the benefits of that right here. And hopefully we'll get to level 3 relatively quickly by gathering up all these resources. Now is that the same direction? No, that's a different direction. I'm wondering if that minigun drone... satellite wreck. Okay. The satellite wreck, we might be able to turn into a base if we can take care of that drone. I'm going to want to find a good place to set up a little campsite to try to deal with that, so I can get a pistol going and maybe a shotgun. Now that's a minigun drone, which I can deal with relatively early on. Okay, is this another marsh over here? Swamp. This is a full-on swamp. And then forest. Wow, that's sort of interesting, the way that the biomes are intermingling right here. We're getting swamps and marshes and forests, and there's a beach over here. I think this is the beach that I saw earlier on. I'm going to go ahead and start gathering up some corn dogs from the beach side and head over towards that full swamp over there. I don't want to draw the attention of this drone, because that would end our Ultimate Iron Man competition quickly. I did a test of this scenario earlier last week. I didn't record it because I was just doing a quick test. I spent about an hour playing it, and I ended up getting killed by drones because I went too close to a abandoned mine, I think it was, and there were like 3 minigun drones around it, and I didn't realize I had gone so close. And oh, there's a lot of corn dogs over here. Nice. I didn't realize I'd gone close enough to draw the attention of it, and it followed me back to my base, which was nearby, and that was not good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make a lot more of these now that we're able to gather a whole lot of these. And this, with this amount of them, it ought to bring us soon to our goal of level 3. How close are we? Oh, we are level 3. Well, I didn't even realize when we had done that. So can I make a survival constructor? Let's go ahead and do that. And then I should also be able to make a portable heater. And we should be able to set up a camp. I think I'm going to set up a quick camp right over here on the beach front near the swamp, because in general beaches are relatively safe. And of course there's no monsters or creatures over here right now, but I'm just hoping I don't get any of those I don't even know what they're called. They're like the tentacle aquatic creatures that they recently added. Okay, I think I'm far enough away from the water I don't have to worry about those. So I'm gonna set up camp right here. Let's go ahead, put the tent down. I'm gonna put the tent right like this. Let's just make it a desert survival to sort of blend in with this. And of course it's still digging into the ground, but whatever. Okay, and then that's almost done, and then we should be able to start working with things, getting a motorbike going. All right, let's take a look at the map we've got so far. Let's see. This is my primary goal for right now. Let us edit this, remove, accept. The reason that I want to go there is because there are some neutral POIs around it, and those neutral POIs will allow us to will allow us to to get more loot and stuff and possibly gear up quickly. Okay, so first thing I want to do is get a dirt bike going. That's my primary goal. The next thing that I think I want, we're going to need weapons. And let's go ahead and get a shotgun learned. And I'm not going to need that just yet. I'll only need that if I find Promethium, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I do want, let's see, shotgun. I'll do 2 of those, 2 of those. Let's go 5 and 5. And then drill, detector. And while I'm waiting for that to work itself, let's come over here and get a tree so we can get logs to get more wood for nitrocellulose and for other stuff. Okay, and I'm going to grab one more tree over here. At least there's no crickets around. Crickets also get angry when you cut down trees. Okay. That's plenty of logs. Let's go ahead and get this. Okay. Wow, there's a large swamp over there. Alright, bike. And then let's do 3. Let's do 4 of these. And we should have enough of this stuff left over after that's done. So let's grab the stuff that we're going to use and make that we can actually make stuff with the survival constructor. Let's go ahead and use the buds to make 2 of those. Let's take these. Let's use the stimulant to make that. And I'm going to go ahead and make 20 of those. And I'll definitely have some protein left over. So let's move this down here. Let's go ahead, put out the portable heater cooler so that if we get too cold, we can come back here. Okay. My next goal, like I said, is going to be a base now that I have weapons going. So let's look at the base and figure out what we're going to want. That's going to be one of our first primary things, and then that, because we need larger solar panels to run our base better. That'll probably be our next unlock once we hit level 4. I'm not going to worry about the hover vessel just yet. I might skip the hover vessel entirely and go straight to the small vessel. Because we're going to eventually leave this planet behind. And I don't think I want to be carrying a hover vessel around. And that's why I want to use like a temporary base for this thing. So, all right, how much do you have made up? Okay. We've got weapons and ammo. Once I'm finished with the ammo here, I'm going to go for a stroll. And we're going to head out to try and see if we can do a little bit of reconnaissance. That should be enough. All right, let's Let's see. Now, okay, the satellite wreck isn't very far away. I'm a little concerned about going after it on the bike. But let's see what we can find out. Do a little bit of searching. I'm probably going to wait till morning to actually go after it. But if I can get a terrain layout of this area before attacking it, I could sort of see the wreckage from here, I think. At least I see where it is. It's like, it's near a lake, which is nice. Or over there near the ocean. That's what I see is the ocean. So, okay. Let's go ahead and start gathering up items, trying to get to our next level before we go too far. Because I'm probably going to want... Ooh, that's a big rock. Nice. I'm probably going to want to make sure I can put a core on that thing and call it my own base. And if not, I'll just use it for steel, you know. But if it's the wreck I think it is, it'll make a decent small base. But I probably wouldn't want to use it as my main base for this week. I'll probably just make a small underground bunker. In fact, I think I might go ahead and start working on that instead of going after the satellite wreck. I think I'm just going to drill myself a underground bunker, which will probably be a better use of my time. A safer use, I should say. Okay. We've got decent crushed stone now. Okay. Level 4. And then our stuff is back out this direction. Back out here on the beach. Let's see how much it's gotten done. Oh, nice. Drill. Detector. Okay, now the primary thing I'm going to really want to work on now is getting biofuel if I'm going to start making my base right here. So let's do that. I'm just going to throw all this in here. And where should I start this base? I'm thinking I want to put it right here. It would not be a bad place, I don't think. So if I just dig straight through here, I should be able to dig down and dig out a little underground area where I can start building the base. Alright, so we've got the basic entry start to this. And I'm glad I went ahead and got those. So I'm going to want to go ahead and do that. Give me these. Cancel all that. Keep that one. But then I'm going to want to start making concrete blocks because the main entrance of this is going to be concrete. In fact, the whole thing is probably going to be concrete. So let's go ahead and let's just do 200 to start with. And we'll add more as we get more crushed stone. So what is that blinking out there? It looks like it's just shining off of a rock. Okay. All right, I'm going to use the drone to continue drilling while staying next to this heater. But I should be okay to dig out a decent underground portion here. If I could, I would have gone to the copper deposit and drilled it out and sort of used that as my underground base. But since it's also got a drone near it, I don't want to risk getting close to it too much. In fact, I'll probably make... we'll probably end up making a small vessel that I can use to go around with, probably an SOV small vessel, and take those out. Okay. Now I'm not entirely sure how big I want this to be, but that deposit would have made a decent size underground base. But I just want this to be, you know, just big enough to hold the basics. I don't really need all the, you know, extra amenities and the flourish that I did in Season 8 of regular Iron Man. Because this is just going to be a temporary base on the planet until I can... that's a decent little hole started. Until I can... Oh, I need to put that back in there and have you make a base starter out of it. Let's cut you down. And then I'll just throw that back in there. I probably won't be able to get that many. But once I get this starter down, I can get some decent momentum going. Let's go ahead, take this, make more food. And I'll do that while I'm building. Okay. So the core of this base is going to be down here, far enough underground that things won't be able to attack it very easily. Okay. And this is just going to be a little ramp going down. I'm probably not even going to enclose this. Let's go ahead, connect to base. I might enclose it if drone attacks become to be troublesome. Okay. And let's see. I need to be level 5 to get armor going. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then I'll just flip this around like so. If drone attacks get troublesome, I might want to put a base on there or like a cap on here. But for the most part right now, this little entrance will be fine. And this is actually deep enough where it is for... Come on. For a start. And this will be the actual entrance to my base. Now I'm going to want that last part to be like that so I can just walk into it. So the main things I want it to be small enough that I could put, say, a med station once I get to it at level 10, which I may not even be on this planet by then. So constructor, primarily. Constructor, a bed, because I am going to want to sleep through some of the nights. I'm going to want to have, of course, food processor, refrigerator. Okay, that's just acting weird. Okay. I'm going to want a food processor, a refrigerator. And I think I might start making that symmetrical. I'm not sure what all else I'll need. Just the basics plus like a few additional amenities. All right, let's go ahead and make this symmetrical right here so that when I place things down, it'll place it on both sides. Hopefully I won't start wasting blocks, but you never know. This should just be like a small bunker that's just barely big enough to fit the things in it that I need. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is have this level be just this tall. And then have like a small level down for some of the larger equipment. And then that's it. I probably want it to be like maybe 9 wide by 9 deep or something like that. Which would be 4 on each side of the door. Okay. I think I'm gonna just hold off building and just start drilling for now. So I'm gonna be drilling for a while until I get deep enough, get this deep and wide enough for what I want to do. Alright, so I've basically been working all through the night, and I've gotten a decent portion of it dug out, and a little bit of it down here. So let's do this. And I've been using my drone to do it, so I've not had the best lighting under here throughout the night. But now that it's going to be day, I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. So I've got it as wide as I want it. And I just need to make it 2 more blocks deep and then put the end wall over there. And then I should be good. I'm considering closing off this top just by like putting, you know, blocks here and seeing how that does. Now I should, let's see if my math is right. 2 crushed stone, no, 2 stone dust. Okay, crushed stone. 5 makes 20, which means 1 makes 4, which means 1 that makes 4 makes 2 of these. So yeah, it's 2 concrete blocks per crushed stone. So I should be good to start doing this now. I was running out of concrete blocks while waiting for the biofuel to make up. While that's making up, I'm going to go on a plant, what do you call it? Plant protein run. And I'm going to just collect up all the plant protein over here, which should be restored or regrown now. And I'm going to start turning them into energy bars as well, because the plant protein that I had from before spoiled. Okay. I still might go check out that satellite wreck out there. But if I do so, I'll be much better prepared, because hopefully by then I'll have either a small vessel or something like that, or, you know, at the very least light armor on to mitigate any damage I would otherwise take. Alright, so that should give us a decent amount of blocks, and then once I start with those, I should be able to yeah, I should be able to continue from here. Alright, let's go ahead and get the drone back down here. So what I've been doing is I've been drilling and then just placing down the blocks where they go. But since I've got the mirror image going on here, the mirror thing here, I only have to build one side and then dig out the other. So that's what I've basically been doing. Is I'll build one side, like dig out one side, build it, and then dig out the other side. I think I'm going to go ahead and fully dig out and build the thing now. Like just dig out the next 2.5 blocks and finish the building so that all I have left to do is dig out the rest of it. Alright, so we got the whole thing built. Now all I have to do is dig out the rest of this rock formation and then start populating the interior of it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with putting in a solar power, and we're going to want to start putting large solar things on there. Uh-oh. You see that drone? That thing is way too close. That is coming for us. There's no doubt about it. I don't know why he's making a beeline for us. I don't know why. If that's the satellite drone wreck. Or if that's the satellite wreck drone. But he is definitely coming for us. That was weird, because he was like making just a beeline for us for a while. That was kind of weird. But I suppose they do that occasionally. Good thing I saw it in time. Okay. Gonna come back over here. Let's eat some snacks. Okay. I took a little bit of damage, but that should be able to be mitigated with food once I start getting meat and the like. And also, if I just do this, I'm now well fed and I'll start healing over time, so I should be good. Alright, so we got the whole thing dug out now. Next, I need to make sure I can make things, so I need one of these, one of these, one of those. And that's the bare minimum of what I'm going to need. I'm only making one of these because I'm going to have to take it up anyway later, because I'm going to be replacing it with larger ones. Let's see what we've got in the way of base defenses. So I need to be level 5 to get the projectile turrets, which means it's going to be a little bit until I get them. How much is a little bit? How long do we have till level 5? I should be able to go around and gather some stuff and get to level 5 relatively quickly. I can do that now. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to keep the shotgun out because that's going to be our best friend out here. At least we got copper out here if we run out. Not that we should ever run out for a while. Okay. Let's see. I'm at 4-2. I need to get 5-6. And I think these each give me 100. Yeah, so I'm going to have a decent amount of gathering to do